Well, hi, everybody. Brooks Gibbs from Save the Garden. So glad you are here to hear an update from the team. I was in my studio here doing work, just doing my normal day job stuff, and got an email from the clerk, our city clerk. And I wanted to kind of share that with you because the long and the short of it is she rejected the vast majority of our signatures. In fact, we gave her 8,000 and she threw out over 75%. She says only 2,702 signatures are valid. And I want to explain in this video why she says that and how we are going to fight that. It says, upon examination of the initiative petition, I determined that the signature petitions contain 2,702 valid signatures and 5,349 invalid signatures. And here's her reasoning, number 13. She says 4,306 signatures were collected prior to the petitioners committee being comprised of 5 voters on October 7th, 2025. Section 6.04 of the charter requires 5 voters to commence initiative proceedings. Since the petitioners committee was not comprised of 5 voters prior to October 7th, 2025, all signatures collected prior to October 7th, 2025 are invalid. We've already communicated this to everybody who follows us, but I'll just do it briefly just in case you're new to the issue. We have 5 members of our petition committee. Clearwater Charter says that if you want to create a petition drive, you have to have 5 voters, Clearwater voters, that constitute the committee. And so we chose 5. I'm one of them. My wife Jill's one of them. Kelly's one of them. Tony's one of them, who owns Nash Keys, and his wife Jessica's one of them. Well, sometime in October of last year, 2025, a letter was sent to us by the clerk saying, hey, you know what? One of your committee members is not a registered voter. And we said, what are you talking about? So we look, and sure enough, Jessica was not registered voter. Now, she's got a driver's license, and she's a resident here of Clearwater, but she didn't click a box, when she was getting her driver's license at the DMV. And so she was never registered.
Nobody likes going to the DMV to begin with, let alone with your child, okay, who wants to just run around and be a crazy.
We're swapping her here and there.
We were passing her back and forth. We're trying to get everything signed. We're trying to do everything. And, I'm taking my photo, holding hands with her, and she's like underneath. And so nobody even knows, but she's standing there. And so it was a bit of a chaotic day, and you think you check all the boxes and you did all the things and stuff, and then you move on and keep going. And so apparently I didn't check the box to register to vote, and he had done it, so he was all set with that.
Yeah, I even talked to her. I was like, "Oh, you registered?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, cool." So then
you were under the impression that you were
exactly.
a voter.
Yes.
We went ahead, made sure that she got registered, no big deal. We gave proof of that. And we also, just for good measure, added 2 more committee members to the petition. Well, the clerk is saying that because we didn't do that till October, almost 5,000 whatever signatures are invalid, which is not true. I'll tell you what our attorney said in a bit. But let's continue reading. It says, so the ones she did count, which are the ones after October 7th, 3,745 signatures were collected on or after October 7th. 1,043 signatures were signed by individuals who were not registered voters of the city and are invalid. And 2,702 signatures were signed by individuals who were voters of the city and are valid. So she's saying that out of 3,745, she threw out over 1,000. This is astounding. That's over 25% she threw out. Oh, well, number 15. Therefore, the initiative petition is deemed insufficient due to the lack of required numbers of valid signatures. And she said number 16 requires, section 6.05 requires a petition contained or have attached hereto throughout the circulation the full text of the ordinance proposed. Listen to this. The petitions submitted on March 17th, 2026 did not contain the full text of the proposed ordinance or have attached hereto the proposed ordinance. Do you know what she's saying? She's saying that when we submitted the stack of 650 pages, okay, front and back of 20 signatures, right? 8,000 signatures stacked, came to about 650 pages like this. And she was saying that every page has to have this ballot proposal attached to it, which is ridiculous because that is not what the charter says. I just want to let you know this is what they're doing to us. No, we notarized that the person signing it saw the ballot measure and had a chance to read it before signing it. That should be sufficient. Plus, the charter says just during circulation, not during submission of the petitions. So that's the second thing. Remember, the first thing we're battling before October, all the signatures are invalid because Jessica was not at the time registered. And the second issue that we had to, we're battling is that these ballot signature, or the ballot was not attached to the signature sheets. And I'm going to show you the letter that our attorney sent the day before she rejected us. I'm writing to formally notice my representation as lead counsel for the Petition Committee. That's Sabatini. He explained 8,000 were collected, and this letter addresses an objection in October of last year that we received from correspondence from your office. He's saying this: the sole issue raised October 2025 complaint that one committee member was not registered as a Clearwater voter on the exact date the initial affidavit was filed. And that is a good faith, it was in good faith, promptly cured technical defect that does not invalidate the petition. And upon learning of the oversight that the committee member voter registration was not properly updated with her driver's license, they immediately registered as a Clearwater voter, and the committee added 2 additional registered voters to ensure full compliance. This is precisely the type of curable, non-fraudulent clerical error that Florida courts have repeatedly held does not defeat a citizen initiative. And now here's the precedent right here. Here's the part of the law that we point to. There's been other cases where technical errors have been cured and they have not invalidated an entire petition effort. Florida law demands liberal construction of the initiative power and applies a substantial compliance standard. He cites Scott versus Orlando, Wright versus Frankel as well. He says the Clearwater City Charter itself contains no provision declaring an initiative invalid if a committee member was not registered on the precise filing date, but immediately cures the defect. The committee's actions satisfy every mandatory step under Article 4. And then he cites City of Boca Raton versus some case number, I don't know. And then he says your office's role, O clerk, is ministerial. Once a petition meets the charter's requirements and contains a requisite valid signatures, certification is mandatory. The citizens of Clearwater, the general public, deserve to have their voice heard. This petition embodies the collective will of more than 8,000 residents who have exercised their charter-protected right to demand democratic accountability for the disposition of public right-of-way in downtown Clearwater. Allowing an already cured technicality or an unverified complaint to derail the process would silence the public voice on the matter of vital community importance, undermine confidence in a citizen-led initiative process, and contradict the very purpose of Article 6. Florida law and the Clearwater Charter exist to empower citizens, not to erect insurmountable barriers over immaterial defects. Listen to this. I love this. I'm going to zoom in a bit. Any refusal to certify based on this resolved defect would also impose an unconstitutional burden on core political speech. The United States Supreme Court has held that the circulation of initiative petitions constitutes core political speech entitled to the highest First Amendment protection, and that government action burdening the initiative process is subject to exacting scrutiny. And he quotes and cites Meyer versus Grant. This is not a close question. The law, the charter, and controlling precedent all require certification. Should your office delay, refuse to process, or deny certification on the basis of cured registration issue or any other non-fraudulent technicality, the committee is prepared to file immediately for a writ of mandamus. I don't know how to say that word. Sorry, guys, not a lawyer. Compelling certification, preliminary injunction to preserve the status quo and prevent any action that would moot the petition, and any other relief the court deems appropriate, including costs and fees. Such litigation would be pursued on an expedited basis to ensure that more than 8,000 residents have their voices heard. So here is our next step. Number 1, we will do an internal audit of our petitions to verify that we do indeed have enough valid signatures. Number 2, We have told the clerk that we intend to amend our petition by getting more signatures to submit to the clerk within the time we are entitled to by law. Number 3, we will escalate this issue to the city council for their intervention. And finally, number 4, if the above steps fail, we are prepared to fight this out in court. That is, of course, if we do indeed have enough signatures. So the most important thing for you right now is to make sure you've signed the petition and that everyone you know in Clearwater who is a Clearwater voter signs the petition. You could visit us online for locations at savethegarden.org. I asked a friend the other day, I said, hey, when is the defense fight the hardest in a football game? And he told me at the 20-yard line. I said, bro, Save the Garden's at the 20-yard line, and the city is on their heels, and they're pulling any type of reason to reject the voice of the citizens. And, well, we're going to take it across that finish line. So pray for us, because we need God's help as well. Not by might, not by power, but by the Spirit. And we'll do everything that we can do. If we work like it depends on us and pray like it depends on God, well, then we'll be A-okay. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. And we'll keep you posted.